Just days after provinces were given the green light to hold conferences, the Greater KwaZulu-Natal region, the first to convene their long-awaited regional conference in KZN. Established in 2003, the region is the sixth largest with 77 branches. Although complaints had been raised about the manipulation of membership across the province, branches in KwaZulu-Natal met the required threshold for the conference to sit. And as KZN still battles to deal with factions that emanated from the December conference, this conference is expected to set the tone for others to follow. The message of unity again emphasized.
Unity in the ANC means all people who want to be the ANC are allowed to join the ANC. That's the first. Secondly, all people who are in the ANC participate in programs of the ANC. Thirdly, as they participate, they all have a right and a responsibility to advance their views.
Zikakalala says ANC conferences have become more about electing and not party programs. Internal party squabbles are also said to have distracted the party from delivering on promises in government. Thus, branches have been urged to become involved in community activities.
This conference is less about singing and about who is elected, but the conference is about what will be the ANC when we adjourn.
The conference will also elect a new regional leadership, which will be announced tomorrow. I am Mhlongo, SABC News, Shaga's Rock.
Well, we're now joined from our Durban studios by the ANC's coordinator in KwaZulu-Natal Sihle Zikalala. Sihle, welcome and thank you very much for joining us here on SABC News. Is the KZN a no-go area for President Cyril Ramaphosa?
Well, KwaZulu-Natal is part of South Africa and the ANC is one. Comrade Cyril Ramaphosa is the president of the ANC, which include KwaZulu-Natal. We made it clear after the results were announced at Nazareth in the 54th National Conference of the ANC that as the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal, we welcomed the elected leadership. We further pledge our commitment to work with the leadership. And we've been working since then with the leadership of the ANC under Comrade President Cyril Ramaphosa. And we will not see any reason why we should say KwaZulu-Natal is a no-go area for him. We keep on working with him, interacting with him, and we will be hosting him in some of the programs of the ANC in the near future.
But how do you feel as one of the interim leaders? And of course, I mean, you are a leader of the ANC in that province when things like this are made to emerge from the province of KwaZulu-Natal, that the president is not necessarily welcome, or it would appear as though there are some two ANCs that are being run parallel.
No, there is one ANC. At a national level, there is an ANC led by the National Executive Committee under the leadership of President Ramaphosa. In KwaZulu-Natal, we have a leadership under the provincial task team, which is working toward building unity and preparing structures for regional and provincial conferences. And I will want to make it clear that the ANC has not two groupings, but we have one organization. The views that members held before conferences, whether it's Nazareth or any conference, are the views they had a right to express at that time. But right now, we are all working under one collective leadership. I do believe that some of the people who continues to peddle these lies that President Ramaphosa is not welcomed in KwaZulu-Natal do so to further divisions and undermine the capacity of the ANC to unite itself and consolidate its electoral support for next year.
And perhaps let's quickly talk about how united the ANC is in KwaZulu-Natal at this present moment, given obviously the divisions that we saw leading to Nasrec.
Well, as the ANC, we've suffered some level of disunity since maybe the 2013 Provincial General Council, leading to the Provincial Conference of 2015. And those elements of divisions sustained themselves going to the 54th National Conference of the ANC. We are working hard to address all of those challenges. We have to unite the organization. There are some still tasks that we need to go through of ensuring that all of those members who are aggrieved and complaining about issues, those issues are addressed and those members feel satisfied that those issues are addressed. And we must ensure that we work to integrate everyone into the programs of the ANC. The ANC needs each and every member as we prepare for the elections next year.
How does this instability affect the ANC nationally? I'm talking about the instability in KwaZulu-Natal, because you are not at your utmost strength with which you would love to be.
You will know that the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal is the largest in terms of membership, but also in terms of the electoral support base of the ANC at a national level. And therefore, if we don't consolidate unity, we may stand a possibility of reducing or getting the support of the ANC reduced. And that's why even the national leadership is supporting us, and it's emphasizing that we must ensure that we consolidate the work of unity and ensure that we regain the strength of KwaZulu-Natal that we held going to 2009 elections in particular and the 2014 elections.
You held a very successful KwaDukuza regional conference, and I mean, if that is anything to go by, it would give an idea or an assertion that as a province you are ready to go ahead with all the regional conferences. Is that the case?
We are ready to go ahead with regional conferences. There are some areas, 4 regions, that the NWC have tasked us to intervene, address some challenges that were raised in those regions, and then move to the regional conferences and the provincial conference. The KwaDukuza Regional Conference was a success, and it was characterized by the good atmosphere you will expect in the conference of the ANC. And we believe that as the first conference that is taking place this year, it will then set a platform, and it will then be followed by all other regions. We expect that all regions should also work to ensure that they have a smooth but robust conferences in line with the ANC culture.
Are you ready for all these regional conferences and ultimately the provincial one?
We don't doubt we are ready. Yes, there is work to be done, but we are ready to consolidate the functioning of structures, convene regional conferences, and convene the provincial conference. We are working on that, and plans are ahead. We will be attending to issues that the national leadership have tasked us to attend to. We'll want to ensure that all members of the ANC feels happy about the state of their organization in the province, and all of us put effort to ensure that we grow the ANC.
How are you going to ensure that gatekeeping, which has always marred regional conferences and even the provincial conference, is done away with this time. People go and vote, lobby freely, without intimidation, fear, and sometimes death.
We have established a provincial interim team, which was established by the NEC, and later the PTT. It has been converted into a task team. Within that task team, we assigned comrades to work as a subcommittee on membership, to go around, deal with all reports of gatekeeping, and ensure that we address those issues so that comrades who have joined the ANC are not denied their right to participate in the organization and in its activities.
There are calls from some quarters, I'm not so sure if these are formal structures of the ANC or not, for an early NGC to try and close quote or open and close quote rectify mistakes of Nasrec. Does the KZN ANC leadership support this call for this early NGC?
For us, firstly, we see no mistake of Nasrec. There is nothing that we've characterized as a mistake from the Nasrec conference. We believe that the elected leadership, the outcome that is the program emerging from the resolutions, all of that represent the ANC. We need to support the leadership. We need to put maximum effort in the implementation of the resolutions of the national conference led by the elected leadership.
Now, final one. Will you be available to stand for chairperson of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal if nominated by branches and regions? Sihle Zikalala.
That is a question that one will have to engage with, direct with structures of the organization, because it is structures of the organization that discuss issues of leadership. It is structures of the ANC that says, this is a comrade we believe will lead us based on the program of the ANC. Conferences of the ANC are not about just leadership. Yeah. They are about policies of the ANC, the program of the organization, then the leadership to lead in the implementation of that program. So that is a question that one can answer or engage on when engaging direct with structures of the organization.
And if it were to happen that you do stand and emerge, could Cyril Ramaphosa as president of the ANC count on your full support?
I believe that as a member of the ANC, whether elected or not elected, I have a responsibility to support the leadership of the ANC, especially the leadership that is national. We have to support them and ensure that they succeed in advancing the national democratic revolution.
Sihle Zikalala, thank you very much for joining us there from our Durban studios. Moving on, 35 minors have been arrested for